Hey, Brian, this weekend, it's a new show. Not just any new show, but the Manchester Comic and Toy Convention, which I know you're going to be a vendor at. Give us
Yes,
some
yes, I
information
will.
about this new fantastic show coming to the area.
All right, it's gonna be this Sunday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Admission is $5. Kids 10 under are for free. It's going to be held at the Army and Navy Club at 1090 Main Street, Manchester, Connecticut.
Wow.
So this is kind of like our friend Andrew. This is his first convention he's putting together himself.
Yeah.
And he has, if you've been to these conventions, he's the one that sells the retro old toys. He's been doing it for a very long time, and this is the first one he put together. So he's very excited. We hope it's a good turnout,
Yes.
just like we had this past Sunday. It's going to be more toy and collectible oriented, unlike the other one, which was more comic books.
Yes.
Comics will be there, I'm sure,
Yeah.
but toys is going to be the focus.
Yeah.
I'm sure. And I will be bringing a lot of my toys, which I didn't bring on Sunday.
Yes. I'm very excited. I talked to Andrew on Sunday, and he was saying that they're going to have a couple Hot Wheels dealers. So I'm saving my pennies.
And there's going to be some artists there. Matt Ryan from Free Lunch will be
Yes.
there.
I'll be there with Matt Ryan. That's the reason. Yeah, that's how I'm going.
Yeah. So a lot will be happening at this event. So please join us this Sunday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Army and Navy Club at 1090 Main Street, Manchester, Connecticut, for the Manchester Comic and Toy Convention.
Yes, it's not very often you get to be at the first show ever. So come on down and check it out. We'll see you all there. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Geekonomics. We're back. It's another week. It is a crazy week because Brian and I are in two different locations than we usually have been, as you've seen over the past years. I am back at work in my office. This is my office. Well, there's more to it, but this is part of my office. I am here. Brian is at home, but not in the basement. He is in a different room in his house. He is traveling around his house week to week. Hopefully next week we get the bathroom. Fingers crossed.
You know what? Maybe we'll do it next week from the bathroom.
All right, yeah, show up for the bathroom. Awesome.
This week I'm in.
To be impeccable.
Yeah, this week, I would really not gonna say. I'd be like, this might sound like shit. I'll be sitting on the toilet.
Shitty, but
I'm actually in our office, which is become
not our office, but you and
me and my wife's office,
yes,
which we don't use very often. But it's become a sanction for our older cat at night because
or a sanctuary.
A sanctuary or sanction. I mean, he's hiding.
It's not the same word at all.
Okay, let me start over here. It's a sanctuary for my older cat at night. Maybe I've been watching the news too much.
The office.
Maybe I've been watching the news too much.
Yeah. He's been sanctioned.
He's been sanctioned. We're cutting off all sanctions. That's what I was thinking
all
of.
Sanctions.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah,
sorry.
There you go.
My bad. Anyway, yeah. So our older cat, when
up there,
the younger cat is like wants to play, and the older cat does not. This is where I put him over in it. So it's luxurious. We have a cat bed, food and water, and a cat litter. So I can, if I have to go to the bathroom, I can go right here. Yeah, it's all it's all decked out. It's all good.
You see Brian squat later, you'll know why.
Yeah. If I'm just quiet and I'm not making eye contact with you,
concentration face,
you know what I'm doing.
You know what you're doing.
And then I start like shooting. You see like cat litter flying behind me.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Brian? Nothing.
Oh yeah.
I'm not being in my own cat litter.
Yes.
So we got some news. We're gonna end the show with our review of Studio 666, which we saw this past week.
We did.
On Thursday. And this Thursday, we're going to be seeing Batman, which will be
Batman. Not just any Batman. The Batman.
I'm very excited for this movie. One thing I want to bring to our attention, Mark, did you know that this is episode 598?
I did, because I every show and I put the number in front of every one of them.
I know,
yes, I did know that.
We are 2 episodes away from 600.
I also mentioned this to you on Sunday, so that's why I know it even more.
Okay, I don't need the attitude. I'm just saying. I mean,
yes, we're 2 away from the big 600.
Our audience might not know that we've been doing this for 600 episodes.
I mean, if they don't pay attention to the title card I put in front of every show, then yes, they don't.
Mark, you'd be surprised. A lot of people don't pay attention to a lot of things.
Well, I put a lot of work into those, so make sure you check them out.
My favorite was I posted for the East of the River convention multiple times. And my favorite was, I didn't see this. This is just ending. How come you didn't post this? I'm like, I literally have been posting this all week. Like, people do not pay attention.
Yeah.
Anywho, we had the East of the River comic book convention this past Sunday.
Yes.
And it was a huge success.
It was a hoot, as the kids would say.
So before pandemic, we had one in February. It was one of the biggest ones we've ever had. Then we went away. Pandemic happened. Then this past summer, we had it at a different location. It wasn't good.
Yes.
October, we went back to Enfield. It was a decent turnout.
Yes.
Come this past Sunday, it was amazing turnout.
There's a lot of people. I met a lot of people on Sunday.
You were shaking hands, shaking babies.
They're shaking babies, kissing hands.
Yeah, it was crazy. Things you shouldn't be doing.
Looking at me weird, but I was doing what I thought I was supposed to be doing.
You're like, what's going on?
Vote for me. I'm not running for anything, but vote for me anyway.
But yeah, I mean, it was such a great time. It was like one of the best shows. I did very well. I know a lot of vendors did very good. I think people found a lot of great cheap finds.
Good.
Awesome. So we hope this Sunday will be another success.
Yes. If you didn't catch at the beginning of the show, this Sunday, the Manchester Comics and Toy Convention is happening.
Yeah, in Manchester, Connecticut.
In Manchester.
Yeah,
from 10 to 3. So Brian will be there selling all of his wares.
And you'll be there with Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan will actually be.
I'll be buying all the wares.
Matt Ryan will be doing caricatures?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. Because
don't hold me to that, but
I think he said he would be doing that.
Yes, he usually does those. That's
this Sunday he was just selling stuff.
Yeah, Sunday he was helping a student of his.
Yes.
Who was trying to get his web comic out, which is he also does comic dubs. It's John Ballinger is the gentleman's name. He's on the YouTubes. He actually records himself voicing all the different characters in a comic book, and he videotapes the comic book, puts all together on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's a pretty cool little thing he does. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, and he has quite the following too.
Yeah.
I think it helps for people who don't like reading and maybe they're more apt to listening. Or they don't have the time, or they have bad eyesight, or they're blind maybe. But I think he has a good following, so check that out. But anyway, Mark, great time at the convention. We're gonna make the show short, but do you have anything else to add about the convention?
No, it was a good time. It was fun working the door, being the first person people see and the last person people see as they come in and out of the building. So it's kind of cool to see kind of talk to people and all that. It was kind of fun. But no, it was a good time. I'm excited for this weekend. Another show. Feels like we're back to normal almost.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, go to the movies all the time, going to shows.
I was saying, I've been to the movies more times in the last 2 months than I have in all of 2020.
Welcome back to the movies.
I miss the movies. I did find the only thing. Did you buy anything at East of the River?
No, I did not. No, I didn't have time.
I bought one thing from the people across from me.
Yes.
And it's so cool. It's Riddle of the Beast, Justice League of America, but it's an Elseworld. So basically, this is done like Lord of the Rings.
Ah,
It's really cool.
you're such a Lord of the Rings fan too, so that makes sense.
Well, the artwork, that's on my docket. I want, but the artwork is just really good. But it's
Matt
like
get you with the artwork.
the artwork is really good.
He tries to sell me books by the art, and I'm like, that's not how I. Doesn't have to be fancy drawing to.
I didn't buy it from Matt. I bought
No,
it.
I'm saying that he usually does that to me. He's like, "Look at how nice this book looks. You should take it." I'm like, I don't want to.
Well, it's it's like high fantasy. So it's like, like
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons. It's got that fantasy
Yeah.
thing. But I think it's really cool. I can't wait to read this week.
Very
But
cool.
yeah. At the movies. I don't know why I went to that. That's stuck in my head now. Thanks, Mark.
No problem.
Speaking of the movies, let's jump into the news real quickly. I don't have much, but
A quiet week. It'll be busier
week.
next week. We'll have our review of the Batman next week.
So over the weekend, we have the Uncharted stayed at number 1 with Dog and Spider-Man No Way Home. So basically, Tom Holland is ruling the box office right now.
Yes, he's always at first and third, correct?
Yeah, first and third. I highly recommend Uncharted. It's a fun movie. I had a lot of fun watching that.
I'll watch it on the YouTube Max.
And then, so the box office, Spider-Man No Way Home is now number 3 for the top lifetime grosses domestic.
Yes.
Beat out Avatar. Thank you, God. So now the top 3 is The Force Awakens, Endgame,
yes,
No Way Home. Now, No Way Home, I don't think is going to beat out Endgame because No Way Home is now going to be out digitally March 22nd.
Yes.
And physically April 4th. So I think it's going to, but once it comes out digitally, it's going to peter out in the box office.
It's going to come out of the theater sooner or later. I mean,
yeah.
You got Doctor Strange coming next, in May. So.
Oh, we have 2 months, March, April. Yeah, we got some time for that.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah. Worldwide, Spider-Man No Way Home still stays at number 6. I do not see it overtaking Infinity War. It just seems like too much of a hurdle at this point. But like I said, it could beat out Endgame. It's like if it had a big boost, maybe, but I don't
think there's
I don't think it will. But still, the beat out Avatar.
I'm pretty sure everyone's seen it at this point. The only person I don't think has seen it is Claire. But everyone else has seen it.
My wife hasn't seen it.
Well, there you go. So
we're gonna watch it when it comes home. Now they did do the meme.
Yeah, I did. I saw that. Yes.
So the marketing, ruining the surprise, has marketing for the home release is the meme of the 3 Spider-Mans pointing at each other.
Yeah.
Which is great. And it's funny because our friends like Rocky and stuff like, oh, they should have done that in the movie. And I'm like, no, because they did that in the Spider-Verse movie.
But they kind of did that in that movie, though. They're like, I'm Spider-Man 1, you're Spider-Man 2, I'm Spider-Man 3. And they kind of looked at each other like, are you 2, 3? Like they pointed at each other a little bit. So they kind of just didn't do like a blatant like they did in the picture. But
yeah, I don't think
they kind of,
it would not have worked, I don't think, in the movie.
No, it'd be weird. Like it would be out of place to just throw it in them.
Right. I think it works as a still photo.
Yeah.
And I think it works as a promotional piece.
I mean, Spider-Verse did it very cool at the end.
That's what I'm saying. If Spider-Verse did it already, why do you need to repeat?
You don't need to do it in the regular real world.
Anyway, this might be okay. The last time I did this was Force Awakens. I bought the digital because I was so excited. And then I bought the physical. And there's it's not a huge gap, but it's a couple week gap that I want to watch it the moment it comes out. So I will probably buy it digitally and then buy it on 4K when it's on sale. So I'm very excited. We're very close. We're 22 days away because it's March 1st. So very excited for that. And as the last bit of news, Marcus, you have Game Pass. There is a game that's coming to it March 10th Guardians of the Galaxy will be on Game Pass.
Oh, I'll be buying it then. I'll be getting it.
No excuses. I urge everyone to play this game because it's one of the best Marvel games out there. It's fun. It's funny. It's very entertaining. It's a great story. And the combat's a lot of fun. So
yeah.
I highly recommend it. And it's a linear. It's not open world. So you can beat the game under 20 hours. But it's just like they took all the best things from the movies and the comics, made it their own thing. The movies. They gave it its own spin on things.
Yeah.
But fantastic.
It's a different publisher than the Avengers game, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Just getting it out there again for people.
The Avengers game was not good.
Yes. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't good.
You know what? I hated
it. Was a fun button masher.
It sort of. It just became tedious and boring to me. Yeah, sometimes it was okay. I didn't like the fact that they had literally this like huge 3-page scrolling upgrades. I don't know what any of these things do.
Yeah, there's too many things going on.
And then they want you to buy this, and you can only get skins if you want. I'm like, you should be giving me these skins for free. I'm not paying $10 for a skin pack. Sorry.
No, yeah.
It was lame. Anyway, I don't want to harp on that. Guardians of the Galaxy is where it's at, my friend. On Game Pass, March 10th. Get it.
Yes.
Get it.
I will say though, I did going back to before the news, I saw Free Guy over the week during last week.
Yeah. How was it?
Yeah, it was really good. I would suggest you watching it.
Yeah,
it's on Disney Plus.
I know. I bought it over the holiday. So
good thing you bought it.
Well, I mean, I was on sale. It was a Black Friday deal. And plus, I mean, it's not always going to be Disney Plus. One day it will leave Disney Plus or whatever.
I don't think it will be. I think everything stays on Disney Plus at this point.
I don't know. You don't know. Well, I mean, it is owned by Disney, so that could be very well true.
Yeah, it's on like HBO Max too. It's on a bunch of places.
So, another bit of news. We missed this last week. All the Netflix Marvel shows are now off of or taken off Netflix.
Yes. Yeah.
We don't really know. The rumor is they will appear on Disney Plus, but I kind of feel like they would find a home on Hulu because of the maturity on them.
Yeah.
And unless Disney Plus starts doing something where they can lock.
I mean, to be honest, the Free Guy was kind of like on the edge. It's PG-13.
Yeah, but
there was some stuff that was kind of,
But these Marvel shows are not PG-13.
No. They could easily put them in like an age restricted tier or something. Like they could come up with something.
I wouldn't be surprised if they showed up on Hulu. But what do you think? Do you think they show up on Disney, but they're edited?
No, I think they could put them on Disney. Like I said, put them on Disney Plus, but there's like an age restriction on it. Like they're gonna somehow sooner or later. I mean, we'll see what is with Moon Knight, because Moon Knight is supposedly ultra violent.
Well, they didn't say ultra violent, but like they're not holding back. They're not holding. We don't know what that means.
Line of like Punisher, I'm saying like that kind of violent from what I heard. So
yeah, Punisher is pretty brutal. And I mean, you have Luke Cage and Jessica Jones having sex, which was more R-rated than the lackluster sex scene we got in the Eternals, which was like weird.
I didn't remember that.
Yeah.
So there you go.
There you go. I don't remember much of that movie.
Yeah, I tried to wash that movie out of my brain. So to me, it never happened. So
anyway, it's interesting. Will it show up on Disney Plus edited? Will they do?
I don't think they'll edit them. I think they'll end up somewhere on Disney Plus. Like they'll just appear, but like not be like promoted, like they're there, but not.
I don't know. I feel like Hulu could be the place to put them because that's where the R-rated stuff. Hit Monkeys on Hulu. All the R-rated Marvel stuff is on.
That's true. They could throw it there.
Yeah. I mean, Hit Monkey is amazing, and that's ultra violent, and that's on Hulu.
Yeah. Yes.
And I can't wait for season 2.
Yes.
I wish more people talked about that. I felt like we were the only ones.
I think it just kind of just happened and people weren't expecting it. And I still like, I hate to say it, but I don't think Hulu gets any play like it used to back in the day.
There's a lot of streaming services now.
I mean, I think it's on the bottom rung of the streaming services.
I don't think it's
what happened with Why the Last Man. It was like a Hulu original and it like did nothing. No one even knew it happened.
Well, they didn't promote it. That's the problem. If you don't promote anything, nobody knows it's out there.
Yeah, it was very strange.
So going into, I mean, if we have nothing else to talk about, we can just jump into our review of Studio 666.
Yeah, we can. Then we could save some time at the end to talk about what we're hoping to see in the Batman.
Yeah. Well, you also have a heart out, so I don't want to.
I do have a heart out. Yes.
I don't want to like.
I have multiple heart things, but I do have a heart out. Yes.
This is getting weird.
Like desk I'm sitting at, and like a hard, like, you know.
So Thursday we saw Studio 666. For people who don't know what that is the Foo Fighters decided to make a horror slasher movie during COVID times.
Well, what happened? Do you know the backstory behind this? I looked into this after.
It was a story I think David Grohl told that's based upon that, right?
Well, what happened was they were filming their 10th album, and Dave recording thing where he goes off on his own and records like all the instrumental parts, like demos of each song before he brings them to the band to be like, hey, you know, what do you guys think? Do these sound like Foo Fighters songs? Or are they just random things that pop in my head and I record them? And oh, wait a minute, that's Friday from Carly Rae Jepsen. That's one of his jokes he said. But yeah, so he actually did that and he rented a house in Encino, which is this house that they filmed the thing in. And it was a story about it, that it was haunted and whatever. And then he on his own like wrote a story based off of this, elaborating like the dramatizing the story that he was told.
That's cool.
So so it's just a thing that he did. And like he said, it was strange. He pitched it to somebody and a lot of people started giving them millions and millions of dollars. And lo and behold, they filmed a movie, which they weren't planning to do.
I mean,
like Dave was like, I was just like going to do like a music video of this with that song that's in the movie.
Yeah.
And that was going to be it. But it ended up like people gave them actual money to make a movie.
Yeah, they did. I mean,
how it happened.
You only had like 3 big actors in there, and then the Foo Fighters pretty much are the main guys.
Yes. Yeah.
And I overall, I think Dave Grohl was actually really good. I mean, for coming from no acting, I thought he did a good job. Like, he impressed me. I thought.
Well, also, like, they played up the fact that they're just a band. Like, they weren't like, no one's expecting them to be like Denzel Washington or anything.
I understand. What I'm trying to say is, coming from that angle,
yes,
I know they're not Denzel Washington. Yes. Coming from the angle of not being actors, I thought David Grohl did very good.
Yes.
The other guys did okay, did passable. I thought Pat was probably the best out of all of them.
Well, yeah, because he's just Pat and he's awesome.
And the new guy, the newer guy there, I can't think of his name now.
Oh, the keyboardist,
yeah, like he did a good job too. He played his part well.
Yes.
And it's funny because they made a lot of inside jokes. One of them is that David Grohl is actually a very good. He barbecues a lot.
Yes,
he's very good at
barbecue. He actually does competitions.
Yeah, and in this movie, they're constantly saying, "Oh, you suck at cooking meat."
Yeah, you cook a barbecue. Yeah, you're terrible at it.
But he's actually really good. He is. Yes. He's a smoker. He's good at smoking meats.
Yes, he was just on Hot Ones, and it was a very good episode.
Yeah, I gotta watch that. I saw.
Yeah, it was very good.
And there's some absurdities, funny humor. There's like some weird humor in there that just comes out of nowhere sometimes, and it works for the most part. It didn't feel out of place. It kind of like you knew what you're getting. So you knew it was a horror slasher movie with some comedy sprinkled in. And there were some weird moments that we were just kind of like, what the hell? But
yeah, it was very
go with it.
80s campy, like kind of horror.
Yeah.
Remind me of that, a lot of that, like very over the top gore, grotesque things would happen.
The kills were great. I don't want to even ruin the kills. You gotta watch the movie.
Kills that are like, oh my gosh, this makes no sense.
Like when I got home, I told Allison about my favorite kill. She's just like, but how? I'm like, you don't think about it.
You don't think about it.
It's a horror movie.
I know which one you're talking about too.
Yeah, I don't want to ruin it for people. I think you got to see it to, really enjoy it. I don't want to ruin it.
It's just a good time.
Yeah.
Like it's not even really like scary horror. It's just stupid horror.
One part when
Good jump at one part. Yes.
The effects I thought were really good for this kind of movie.
Yeah.
Especially the black creatures with the glowing eyes.
The demons, yeah.
They when they're running around in the house, that was pretty intense. And then when Dave Grohl has this nightmare and the whole room, that was creepy. That was creepy. That was good.
Yeah.
It brought me back to The Shining. It was like The Shining where Dave Grohl gets possessed and he slowly is going insane and he's slowly torturing the people around him.
Yes.
So there's a slow burn to this.
It also seemed like a little bit of it, like reminded me a lot of like a Tenacious D. Video. Like a lot of the from back when Dave Grohl played Satan.
Yes.
It reminded me a lot of that. Like
I'm like, is there going to be a Tenacious D cameo? But there wasn't. There was a Will Forte.
There was a Will
Forte cameo, which was great. Well, what else?
Cummings was
Whitney Cummings was great. Jeff Garlin.
I guess it's not my. I don't get Whitney Cummings. I don't get her.
She's just a comedian. What's her to get?
I just don't get her humor. I'm not a fan of it.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
That's all.
I like her humor.
So you didn't have to. It's not my bag, baby.
Okay. It doesn't matter. Jeff Garlin, he was on there. He was just Jeff Garlin doing his yelling. His curb.
Yeah.
Reminded me of
Curb. Lady was pretty good. She's always that.
She was in. I saw her in American Horror Story, one of the seasons. That's how I recognized her.
A bunch of stuff.
Yeah, she's one of those actors.
Yeah.
And then my favorite part of this whole movie was the soundtrack by none other than John Carpenter. And then John Carpenter not only does the soundtrack, Wes Craven's dead.
Oh,
it was John Carpenter.
Okay.
Wes Craven does not exist anymore.
All right.
Google it. But yes, John Carpenter did the soundtrack, and not only did he do the soundtrack and it was really good, he had a cameo where he played the engineer that is recording the album, and he had a good. But his soundtracks are always good. He's really into music now. He's kind of retired from filmmaking. But there was a couple scenes that was really reminiscent of his original Halloween. The Halloween franchise. Or Halloween 1.
You're right. Yeah.
Yes. Wes Craven died.
Okay.
John Carpenter. John Carpenter looks like he could be dead, but he's still alive, but he's very old looking.
Yes. And unsurprisingly, the movie bombed in the theaters.
Yeah, I mean, what would it do?
Film made 1.58 million domestically.
Oh, I mean, it's a small movie. It didn't get a lot of promotion.
No. Yeah.
And I don't think they made it to make money. I think they made it just to say, hey, we made a movie.
Yeah.
And that's what it was kind of cool to go to a movie that wasn't attached to an IP, that was a fresh new idea. And I was talking to you, Mark, before when we got there, I was just like, man, I miss going to the movies and seeing a movie that I don't really know what to expect. And I was saying to you, I go, remember when we saw Sideways?
Yeah.
We just saw it. We used to just go to the movies. It wasn't attached to Marvel or DC or anything. We just saw it. And then we loved it. And we go to Figaro's and our friend is a waitress and we're getting like samples of wine because the movie was about wine. And like, I don't know. It was just like it was a good capper for the night. But yeah, I miss those days of just seeing a flick just because it looked you saw the trailer. I don't want to go check that out. You know, you okay over there, Mark?
Yeah. So I'm reading up on this. I'm listening to you, but also reading the stuff from about the movie. This actually was while the band was recording Medicine at Midnight.
Yeah.
Which is their most recent album that just came out. They'd already rented the house that they were filmed the movie in, and someone reached out to them about making a movie about them recording the album. But he's like, hold on, if we already have these cameras in this house, why don't we just make a low budget slasher flick as well? So it's literally like, and like after we've made all these dumb music videos, why not just make a dumb movie?
Yeah. I this is a movie I will definitely purchase when it comes out.
Yeah, it's going to be a cult classic movie. It's going to be like one of those.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not as bad as Kiss's Phantom in the Park or whatever.
Hey, that movie was pretty good when I was a kid. But I don't remember much as an adult if it still holds up.
Yeah, no one's expecting glory or anything. So
yeah, but anyway, I highly recommend it. Overall, I had a fun time. I'm glad we got to see it in the theater. I think there was like 4 other people with us. Our friend Dan showed up. I don't really know what he thought because he just showed up late and then he seemed more preoccupied with his phone or the war or whatever. I don't know.
Not a war, it's an invasion.
So anyway, like, yeah.
So I mean, whatever.
I don't know. But I don't know what Dan thought. It was weird. He was excited to go, but he didn't say anything about anything. So I don't know. But anyway, highly recommend it. I mean, for overall, I give it a 9 and the Bryan scale out of 10. And I give it a 9, a 9 because of the whole John Carpenter soundtrack. I'm hoping they'll put the soundtrack out as their own thing, especially on vinyl. I would definitely buy it on vinyl. Got a new record player. Oh my god. I had nonstop listening to records because we got this new player. Real speakers, nice bass. Like it has the weight on the arm. Oh my god! Like it's a game changer, Mark.
A record player, Grandpa.
Well, we had this cool combo record player, CD, radio, record player, but the problem was it didn't have a weight on the arm. It played the old stuff fine, but the new stuff, it would skip. And it's not the record; it's because the needle didn't have enough weight. Yeah, because the different grams on the new record.
I know it, right?
With this, oh my god, it just sounds so good. Like the whole house, I'm blasting. Allison's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I am just jamming out." So it's my new thing right now. But if they put this on, I really hope I can get my hands on a soundtrack.
And read the TV guide. You listen to the record player.
Well, vinyls are back. Vinyls actually sell more than any. I mean, they outsell CDs.
No one cares. No one buys albums anymore.
I hate to blow your bubble. Look up vinyl sales. Vinyl is huge.
I don't think the internet has that technology to go back that far and find that information.
So Dream Widow was
the name of the band,
with March of the Insane.
Yes.
Which
Tears of God was another one that they have.
It's funny because it's not in the movie, they're like, it's like a 22-minute song, right? Yes. That's like, like, we need to end this. We need to end this song.
Yeah.
And they don't. But it's called March of the Insane. It's on all digital platforms. I have to listen to it.
Yes, it's very good.
Yeah, I was trying to find them. Like, what band are they under? The Monarch? But yeah, I found it finally.
No, yeah, Dream Widow.
Yeah. So Mark, in the Mark scale, I know you're not a horror guy, but you are a Foo Fighters fan. What do you think? What do you put it in a scale of 1 to 10?
For the Foo Fighters side of it, I gave it an 8 out of 10.
That's what I figured you would do.
I mean, it wasn't, the greatest movie I ever saw. It was a fun little, just, kick back, relax kind of movie. Literally kick back and relax because we had Springfield with the reclining seats.
Yes.
But yeah, no, it was a good time.
Yeah.
It was fun to watch a movie with 4 other people.
Yeah. At the movies.
At the movies.
And we're going to be seeing the Batman at West Springfield, which I'm excited to see there because the chairs are so comfortable.
I also I'm realizing when you guys were talking this morning, I really have no idea what I'm gonna getting into with this movie. I don't think, all I know is that Paul Dano plays the Riddler, I guess.
Okay.
And Colin Farrell plays the Penguin?
Yes.
Okay.
Who put a question mark at the end of the teleprompter?
The Riddler.
Like Anchorman over here.
The Riddler did. I don't know if he was actually playing that or if he was just playing like a mob boss.
No, Colin Farrell's the Penguin.
Okay.
You don't recognize him because of the prosthetics are really good.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone talked about how he was unrecognizable, so you kind of now recognize him because he's so unrecognizable.
Yes, exactly what I said. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. I mean, I don't really want to go on predictions. I'm going into cold. I've seen that one trailer. The reviews have been coming out. It's got a 10 out of 10 IGN. People online who have been posting spoiler-free reviews have been giving it a glowing review. So I don't want to know anymore. I know it's more Batman, Catwoman centric kind of movie. Yeah. I do know one thing, that Batman is basically 90% of this movie, which that right there is yes.
But it's
the Batman. It's about Batman, not Bruce Wayne. Well, we've seen superhero movies where you get the alter ego way more than the actual.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
He actually is the Batman.
He's actually the Batman.
90% of the movie, other than like sometimes you like
more Bruce Wayne,
right?
Less Cowl,
right?
Gotcha.
Which is that's great. So, and he's actually more of a detective, which he is the greatest detective in the world. In a lot of these movies, we've never seen him really be a detective.
Yeah.
We haven't, and it's so that's an interesting point. So I'm interested to see how they handle that, and that excites me because that's something we've gotten the slight detective who goes on a computer and does things, and then magically knows the answers. And we've seen the fighting.
But later on, Batman, who's got knowledge and has done this a long time.
I mean, we've seen the fighting Batman. We've seen different iterations. So I'm excited to see what this brings. So this Thursday, we're going to see it. We'll be talking about it next week. I mean, if you have any predictions, Mark, feel free, but I really don't.
Like I said, I don't really all I've seen are the few trailers that have come out for the movie. And we saw the trailer before Studio 666. And it just looks like it's going to be a lot of Batman just beating people up, which I'm all about and there for. So,
Mark, I thought of something. So you and me, we have now seen all the Spider-Man movies together.
Yes.
And we saw the first Christian Bale Batman movie together. We saw all 3 Christian Bale Batman movies together.
We have.
And then we did see Justice League.
Yes, we saw Batman versus Superman.
Did we see that together?
Yes.
Because
you complained the whole time about the movie.
Well, no, I got an early screening and I went with Rocky.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure if I saw it. And then I saw it with Allison. But I
I'm
wasn't
pretty
sure.
sure we saw it together.
Yeah, I can't remember. I know we saw Justice League together.
Yes.
The
that
movie,
not the extended version.
Yeah, but that movie I did complain. That movie was not good.
Yes.
But anyway, proper Batman. So it's kind of cool that we have now. We will
basically almost seen every Marvel movie together too, except for Black Panther.
We didn't see Iron Man 1 together.
No.
We didn't see the Hulk together.
No.
We didn't see Black Panther together.
Yes.
We didn't see the second what was the second Captain America movie?
Winter Soldier.
I didn't go to that one.
I know, because you were jaded by the first one.
I thought the first one wasn't that. I mean, now I guess it's okay. I look back on fondly on it, but
yes.
So I when it comes to the MCU now, I know like just because the last movie wasn't good doesn't mean it can't change.
Yes.
So I know that now.
Yeah.
But I think that's like 4 Marvel movies I missed. We didn't see together.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't miss them. I did watch them eventually or whatever.
I mean, over 600 episodes and college radio before that. We've covered a lot of stuff.
Yeah. We saw a lot of flicks together, Mark.
Yes.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But I do miss I really like Studio 666 was just like, man, this year I want to make a point to see more movies that have nothing to do with an IP and just go in for the ride. And
like Uncharted.
Yeah, it's attached to an IP though.
I was joking.
I mean, Jackass, I saw that's attached to an IP too.
Yeah,
I like seeing something that's fresh, new, not attached to something that looks interesting enough to go see.
There's not as many of those out there as there used to be.
Unfortunately. But I think once COVID's over, we'll get more.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mark, I think we can wrap it up. I think today's a short episode. I know you're at work, you got work to do.
Yes. The fun begins again.
Yeah, I think we talked about everything we can talk about. Next week, maybe we'll have Rocky on because we'll be reviewing the Batman, and I'll ask if he wants to, if he has time. If he doesn't, then it'll just be me and you.
No big deal.
So other than that, this Sunday, you could see me. I'll be selling. You can see Mark. You'll be hanging out with Matt Ryan.
I will be. It'll be a good time.
Let's bring up
I'm excited for something new.
Manchester Comic and Toy Convention.
Yes.
From 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., $5 to get in.
Yes.
At the Army and Navy Club, 1090 North Street, Manchester, Connecticut.
Main Street.
What did I say?
North Street.
1090 Main Street.
Yes.
So please check that out. Maybe you'll find some good finds. Maybe see some stuff from your youth you might be willing to.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what's going to pop up at this show. From talking with Andrew, there's going to be some interesting stuff that's going to appear at this show.
Yeah.
Possibly. So,
yeah.
If you're looking for some random stuff that you've been trying to add to your collection, you're probably going to find it here.
Yeah, definitely. So come join us this Sunday, and we'll be back next week with another Geekonomics. Like us on Facebook and subscribe to us on YouTube. And we'll be back next week with The Batman.
Yes, all that and more. As always, be safe, be kind, be good.
Rewind.